So now we will discuss about demography. So demography means it is the scientific study of human population. So it is derived from the meaning. So demography meaning is demos means people and graphy means measurement. So it is measurement of the population. So this is the term demography is first used by Gouliard. So mainly demography deals with the 5 demographic processes. So what are those 5 demographic processes means? First is fertility. So fertility means ability to produce, ability to fertile or productiveness. And one more is mortality. So mortality means it is the death rates. And marriage, migration, social mobility. Social mobility means status, social status mobilization. So demography mainly deals with these 5 processes, that is fertility, mortality, marriage, migration and social mobility. So these 5 processes are continuously at work within a population to determine the size of the population, composition of the population and distribution of the population. So definition of demography. Demography is the scientific study of human population. Mainly it focuses on 3 observable human phenomena, that is changes in the population size, population growth, whether the population size is increasing or declining. And next one is composition of the population. So based on the this one age, sex, so based on that, so according to the age wise how many people are there, sex wise males how many, females how many, like that. So composition of the population. Next one is distribution of the population in space. So actually where the people can live, how the people distribute in the space. So demography mainly discusses in these 3 phenomena, that is changes in the population size, composition of the population and distribution of the population in space. So next one is demography cycle. So here mainly 5 cycles are there, that is high stationary stage or first stage. Next one is second stage or early expanding stage. Next one is third stage or late expanding stage. Fourth stage or low stationary stage, and fifth one, last one, is declining stage. So these 5 cycles we will discuss. So demographic cycle have mainly 5 stages. So every nation passes through these 5 stages of demographic cycle. So some nations will have first stage or high stationary stage, and some nations will be in some other stage. So usually India is example for late expanding or third stage. So first one is high stationary stage or first stage. Here it is characterized by, so mainly these demographic cycle is depends on birth rates and death rates. According to the increase and decreasing of the birth rates, the cycle will be differ and stages would be different. So birth rates and death rates, based on the birth rates there will be stages. So in high stationary stage what will happen, birth rates will be increasing, continuously increasing, and death rates also increasing. So birth rates and death rates will be increasing. So there is no change in the size and population. So before 1920 India will be in first stage. Now India will be in third stage. So here in the high stationary stage birth rates will be increasing and death rates also increasing. So there is no difference or no change in the size of the population. Next one is second stage. Second stage or early expanding stage. So here what will happen, birth rates will be remain same. So there is no increasing in birth rate and no decreasing in the birth rate, but the death rate will be slowly increasing. So here birth rates will have no change and or it remains unchanged, and death rates going to decline. So the population will be expands because death rates will be declining. Death rates will be declining means reducing. and birth rates will be constantly same. So when the death rates will be decreasing, lowering, and birth rates will be remaining same, so usually population will be expand. Next one is third stage. Here in the third stage, it is also called as late expanding stage. Here what will happens, birth rates begins to decline. Declining means decreasing, and death rates also further decreasing. Birth rates will start decreasing, death rates will occurs further decreasing. So usually death rates will be increasing more and more, and birth rates slowly decreasing causes population increase. So India enters in this stage. Next one is low stationary stage. Here what will happen, in this stage it is characterized by a low birth rate and low death rate. So here stability of the population will be there. There will be birth rates will be low and death rates also low, not high. It is not going high, it is going low. Birth rates going low and death rates also going declining. It is called low stationary stage. Here both will be, stability will be there. Next one is declining stage or fifth stage. Here what will happen, birth rates further going to decline and death rates will be declining or reducing. So here also population fall will be there. Birth rates further decreasing and death rates also fall in population. That is called declining stage. This is about demographic cycle. So high stationary stage, here birth rates increasing, death rates increasing. In second stage or early expanding stage, birth rates will remain same, death rates begins to decreasing. So population will be increased, size will be increased. In third stage or late expanding stage, what will happen, birth rates will be decreasing and death rates will further decreasing, called expansion of population. In fourth stage, birth rates and death rates will be decreasing in the same level. So that is low stationary stage. In fifth stage or declining stage, birth rates will be further decreasing and death rates will be lowering. So that is declining stage. This is about demographic cycle. Next is scope of demography. So there are wide scope will be there. So that causes slow or rapid growth of the birth rate. This is mainly due to the changes in death rates, changes in population growth and sex ratio, health condition. Based on these factors, the demographic scope will be vary. So next, concepts of demography. So what are all the concepts will be there that will cause the study of demography. So there are mainly number of factors will be there. That is, first one is stillbirth. So stillbirth means here the fetal death occur in the late gestation. That is just before delivery or within few days before the delivery. If the fetus will die, that is called stillbirth. So it is fetal death occurring late in the gestation, usually after 28 weeks completed of gestation is called as stillbirth. Next is fetal death. So fetal death is, it is the death prior to the complete expulsion or extraction from its mother from a product of conception. Here the death will be occur in the mother's womb only. So before expulsion or extraction from the mother, so death may be happen. Here the death is indicated by fact that after extraction fetus does not breathe or it does not show any evidence of life. That means in uterus only fetal death occurs. Next concept is family size. Family size means total number of persons of a family. So how many members are there in the family, and total number of children, women's how many members are there, couples how many, children's how many. So this will be usually reflects here. Next one is child death. Child death of the child, usually due to the, it is used due to the social and other causes. So children's death within 1 year of birth, in some cases newborn, that is before 1 month of the birth of the baby, if death is happens, that is called neonatal deaths. In between 1 year, if deaths happen, that is infant death. So we will call as child deaths. Next is number of live births. Number of live births means live birth means the baby may born live, but within few hours baby may die. That is called live birth. Within few minutes or few hours child may die. That is called as live birth. So live birth is a complete expulsion or extraction from the mother of a product of conception, irrespective of duration of pregnancy, may be 30 weeks completed, 32 weeks completed, or just 28 weeks completed, irrespective of the duration of the pregnancy, which after such separation of breaths or show or any other evidence of life. Here breath will be there, but the breath will be very slow. And here heartbeat we can see, pulsation we can feel, umbilical cord pulsation we can feel, and social live births becomes important because here sex, to determine sex, boy or girl baby, so because of this priority we have to define this live births also. Next one is sterility. Sterility means man or woman or couple who has not given birth to a child is called sterile. Infertility, or we can say. So how many sterile people are there in the population? Next one is parity. Parity refers to number of children to a born children to a mother. So usually parity refers to mother. So here in demography, women are classified according to the number of children born alive to them. Multipara means more than 2 kids, more than 1. We can say multipara, like that. And birth order. Here birth order of the woman is classified according to her order or rank. If the first order birth, second order birth order, it refers to usually child. And adulthood. Here at this stage, boy or girl becomes capable enough to produce children. So here the age of the puberty also very much important. It depends upon the food consumed and the eliminate of the country. So how many adults will be there, that is also important in grouping the demography. Next one is marriage. So marriage is defined as legal union of persons of opposite sex. So if the opposite sex will get in union, it is called as marriage. So each individual should be reported for statistics purpose. Immediately after marriage they have to report it in the statistics purpose. So in every society marriage is the only way of legal reproduction of children. Next one is contraception. Contraception is, it is a measure taken in order to prevent sexual intercourse from resulting in conception. If the couple doesn't want to give childbirth, or if they are not ready to give childbirth, they can use this contraception method. So how many are using, or for spacing purpose also they can use this contraception. Next one is cohort. Cohort means children who are born in 1 year is called cohort. So within 1 year, how many children born is called cohort. So in the preparation of life as well as demography analysis, this cohort also plays an important role. And next concept is migration. Migration also attraction. It is attraction for favorable geographical conditions, that the people are tempted to migrate from one place to another place, or one country to another country. So here there are many reasons will be there. Due to the job purpose, they may migrate. Due to some people will attract cities for the purpose of income, they may migrate. So there are number of causes will be there. So they will migrate from one place to another place, or one country to another country. Here two things will be there in migration, that is de facto and de jure. De facto means it addresses at which the individual is found at the time of actual data collection. So some people will be there, their place will be same, they are working different, but their actual statistical data will be in some place and they are working in another place. That is called as de facto. And de jure means it addresses found only on paper and person does not live there. At these addresses help in finding out urban population and tends to migration. So in here this information has weight, age during census operation. Next one is ratio. What is ratio? It expresses size of one to another. So male per female ratio in a country or region. So out of 100 male births, how many female birth? So like that we can measure the ratio. Next one is proportion. Proportion means it expresses the size of the one part of whole in relation to the size of another part of same whole. So it is kind of particular ratio. So it expresses the size of one part of a whole in relation to the size of another part of a whole. So we can compare here. So this is about concepts of demography. Next one is benefits of population statistics. So here majorly 4 benefits will be there, that is social benefits, economic benefits, political benefits and other benefits. So one by one we will discuss. First one is social benefit. Here in social benefit it helps in finding out causes of mortality. So what are the causes of mortality? Due to frustration, like that. And also it helps to find out linguistic behavior of the people. And also it helps in providing social facilities like providing schools, hospitals, etc. So this is the social benefits. Next one is economic benefits. Economic benefits means to find out, this is mainly to find out industrial progresses, and also helps to find out the living standard of the people and to identify new sources of tax collection, revising, modifying existing tax structure for that purpose, and also helps to know the food needs of the nation and to take further steps to solve that problem. And also it provides facilities like transportation, communication, etc. Next one is political benefits. So with the help of population statistics, it becomes possible to plan process of elections. That means constituencies are delimited only on the basis of available population statistics. Next one is other benefits. Here other benefits are wide opening of the schools, which time we have to open the schools, how that process will comes under this, and employment centers also meet this needs. And also from based on the collected population figures, it helps us to know how far the existing population programs are providing effective changes, so that it gives better clues in discussing or introducing the policy changes. This is about population statistics.